The F-22 Raptor costs $143 million. It's probably nearly invincible for that price. Welcome back, Ejecting satchel viewers. Today we're going to be doing a video about the threats and defenses of U.S. fighter jets, and frankly fighter jets all over the world. So before I talk much longer, let's jump right in to this incredible video. Stick around to the end, because I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it. First, we're going to be talking about the threats that fighter jets can face, the things that can take a fighter jet out of the sky, and back to my previous example, the things that could blow an F-22 up. Now, one thing to note about the F-22, just a fun fact for you guys, is the F-22 actually does have incredible stealth modes, and I mean, it has flares too, but the rest, I think you guys are going to love. First incredible threat or problem that a fighter jet would face would be enemy fighter jets. Now, your day can just be ruined if you have a fleet of enemy fighter jets coming towards you, because that means trouble and a lot of it. The second big problem that you'd be facing in the cockpit of a fighter jet. Also, and speaking of the cockpit of a fighter jet, go check out my Could You Survive as a Modern Fighter Pilot video to check out and see if you could survive. But another thing would be air-to-air missiles. These are specifically the missiles coming from those enemy fighter jets. Oh, and the enemy fighter jets, another thing that makes them a problem is they can report you and have more enemies coming in. But these guys, these missiles, can be very problematic too. Fighter jet guns are also very problematic when you are a fighter jet because they can shoot you because they're guns. Also, look at the massive amount of bullets on this thing. That is a lot of bullets, and this will be a huge problem if you were flying towards that and were trying to not be noticed. You might not believe me, but yes, the international dateline was once a huge threat for F-22s, and those are the ones that are considered the most advanced and high-technology fighter jets in the entire world right now, and yet they had a huge computer crash during testing when they flew across the international dateline. So apparently that's one of the biggest threats too, right up there with air-to-air missiles. Ground artillery is also a huge problem. Funny story, the SR-71 Blackbird could actually just, it could fly so high that ground artillery could pretty much never hit it because it flew at around 85,000 feet, and it flew so fast at 3 times the speed of sound that they basically just had to accelerate whenever they wanted to outrun a missile. Talk about fast. Go check out my video on that if you haven't seen that yet. These guys are something that can really ruin your day. Surface-to-air missiles. I'm pretty sure this might be an example of the Javelin, and look how close that is to the air-to-air missiles that fighter pilots use against other fighter pilots. That's just insanely large, and those are also, they can ruin your day so fast. Now, on to the second part of the video is the defenses that fighter jets have against the threats that I previously listed. This part could be even more interesting. I know that you're probably like, hey, Ejecting satchel, that's not even possible. But don't be a chicken, let's go. I know, I kinda hatched a plan for that bad joke. Hey, I'm just trying to let out my inner comedian. These are flares, and yes, I know I used that one pun like 12 times, but these are flares, and they can be dropped, and that has the missile's heat sensors where that's tracking the heat. It can throw it off target and save your life, which is a huge bonus if you're trying to keep your life. Now, another thing, oh, this is the F-14 Tomcat. Go check out my video on the F-14 Tomcat. It's really good, but they have missiles too, which can take out the enemy fighter jets, so that works to your advantage. Go check out the F-22 too, because this is an F-22, and they have something spectacular too. They have a radar, like their size that is visible on a radar is around the size of a bumblebee, so stealth is a huge factor in terms of staying alive as a fighter jet pilot. Now these are specifically meant for stealth, and are really incredible. In fact, even the missiles aren't carried in the outside. They have to open the bomb bay door in order to let them out. Another incredible thing would be if you could please subscribe. It really helps me out. If you like this content and are enjoying it, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers, and your subscription really helps. And if also, the biggest reason for you to subscribe would be if you want to see more amazing videos like these. Thank you so much to those of you who subscribed, and without further ado, let's go on to machine guns. Yep, machine guns are really helpful. Now, in this back part of the video picture, you can see the F-35 Lightning. Go check out my video on that, they're super cool. they have special powers, but I don't want to tell you where they're ranked in the top 6 fighter jets, because not so great. But yeah, your machine guns will really help you against other fighter jets with machine guns. And if all else fails, there's one thing left to do, because you want to stay alive. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the prettiest situation for you, but it should still keep you alive, and that's really all that matters. So without further ado, sometimes you just gotta eject out of your plane. It's sad, but I'm not sure if you've seen those videos on YouTube where the planes come and then the pilots are like a millisecond away from being toast inside the entire plane blowing up, but they eject. So ejecting can save your life a lot. What weapons do you think the future might hold for defenses or even for offenses? I'd love to see it down in the comments. Please subscribe, hit the comments. But this video is not quite done yet. There's still one more thing. Do you think there could be a huge laser that could beam fighter jets out of the sky? Aliens. Put your thoughts down there. And I think also like radar things that throw tech off could be cool too. Could you survive as a modern fighter pilot? I know I mentioned it earlier in the video, but if you haven't, go and check out that video. It's a very fun video to try out, and it addresses a lot of the important decisions and fast thinking that would be needed to make it as a modern fighter pilot, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. But that's not it. Thank you so much for watching to the end. That is all for today. Hand Axe and Satchel, signing off.